Well, welcome to the Old Classic Car channel, and here we have a collection of 125 photos of fast Fords, performance Fords, modified Fords, etc. And we begin with a 1985 Ford Escort RS Turbo Series 1. That's followed by a side-on view at Alton Park Gold Cup of a race-prepared RS Capris. Now over to Woodford, the Avro Heritage Centre, and we've got OKH418V. This is a Mk2 Escort 1600 Sport. There's a classic of the early 1980s, a Ford Escort XR3, the carburetted XR3, X-registration, so 1981 to 1982. Down to race retro now, and a pair of Mk1 Escorts being given some stick on the rally demonstration course. Also at race retro, we've got a side view of a Ford Escort RS Cosworths. Inside at Race Retro, we've got an RS200 Group B rally car. All the fast Fords featured here date from the 1970s through to the early 1990s. Next up, a side-on view of a rally-prepared Mk2 Escort in a transporter. The first of several Ford Sierra RS Cosworths to feature in this particular collection. This is a Spanish registered example. To a local classic car show earlier this year now, and we've got a Ford Fiesta XR2, a Mk2 version, really smart, tidy example. And at the same event, we've got VJ61V, that's another Ford Escort Mk2 1600 Sport. A nice set of mini-light wheels. Sierra Cosworth, this time the Sapphire Cosworth, the booted Sierra, the 4x4. It's a G registration car, so this will be about 1989, 1990. That's followed by a two-door RS Mk1 Escort. Unusual registration, this is an RS 2000. And the fast Ford of the early 1980s, this is a Sierra XR4i. Very much the fast Ford before the Cosworths came on stream. This is an A-Reg car, so what's that, about 1983? And here, a couple of years newer, we've got a Capris 280 Brooklands. Back to race retro, and we've got various Escorts being demonstrated here. In the foreground, a Rothmans liveried example, KAS 775P, that'll be 1975 to 76. A 3-litre Capris Mk2 here, Staffordshire registration, 3-litre S in fact. Down to Silverstone and a preview of the Silverstone Classic, and here we've got a touring car prepared RS Cosworth. And to Capesthorne Hall, the classic car show there, we've got XCM 450N, that's another Mk1 Escort RS 2000. Let me know in the comments which is your favourite fast Ford featured in this particular collection. And here, an RS Turbo, a Series 1, very smart example in white. Back to Silverstone again, we've got a touring car prepared Mondeo. Another RS 2000 Escort. Here we've got an X registration Fiesta Mk1, this is a Fiesta Super Sport. Like example X-Reg car, so what's that, about 1981 to 82 or thereabouts. And that's followed by TJA 410J. This is a Mk1 Ford Capri, a 1600 GT from 1971. Another RS Turbo Escort, this time a Series 2, based on the Mk4 Ford Escort. The Capri, this time an E-Reg 1987 Capri 280, the Brooklands car. Only 1,038 of these were built, had the V6 engine under the bonnet of course. Another Capri, much earlier one now, side-on view of a race-prepared Mk1 down at Silverstone. Continuing with these fast Fords, we've got an XR4x4 G-Reg car for about 1989. V6, 4-wheel drive of course. RS500 alongside it and a Capri in the background. Race retro again, we've got a 72 to 73 registered Mk2 Escort being given some welly. Mk3 Ford Capri now, ex-registration car. This one is a 2-litre gear example of the Mk3 Capri. RS500 top dog in the RS Cosworth range. Quite a rare car now. Another RS Turbo Series 2. An Escort Mk2 alongside it, Mk1. And the Mk2 XR2. Like I say, if you like your performance Fords, modified Fords, please say hello in the comment section and let us know what you've got in the garage. This is at the Cholmondeley Pageant of Power several years ago, a touring car spec RS Cosworth. A neighbour of ours had one of these back in the 1980s. This is an XR3i Cabriolet. Rear three-quarter view now of a 1972 Capri. This is a 3-litre Capri registered in March of 1972. Another Capri, a later one, D-Reg 2.8i. And an RS 1600i. These were only built from September 81 through to July 83. About 820 black examples were produced only. Much rarer than the XR3i's. And down to race retro again, and we've got a circuit racing prepared Sierra Cosworth. All very period livery, fantastic car. The Capri Mk2, a 3-litre example. Trio of modified Mk2 Escorts here. This was at an evening meeting held earlier in 2021. The Ford Fiesta XR2, a Mk1 car. This is quite a rare machine. This registration series ran from 82 to 83. In fact, it's so rare I included a second photo, but this time a rear view. Very rare to see one of these in such good condition now. C13 FMC, that's a 1985 Ford Capri 1.6 Laser Edition. Seen on the trailer down at Race Retro, we've got another Escort Mk1. This is an RS 1600. Race Retro indoors this time, an RS 1700T. Only 18 prototypes of these were built with a view to rallying them. And then Ford switched their attentions to the RS200. And this is an RS2000 side-on view at the Cholmondeley Castle Classic Car Show a couple of years back. Quite a rare colour, I imagine. Quite a late registration Capri here. This is a 2-litre registered in August of 1986. Another RS2000, quite a bright shade of green. Silverstone again, a race prepared Cosworth. Mk2 Escort rally car. This was at the Western Park Rally Festival earlier in 2021. S-Reg car, 2-litre from 1977. There's a roadgoing Capri GCC 751Y, that's registered back in November of 1982, that's a 1.6-litre car. Bit of a demonstration here of a drag racing prepared Mk1 Escort. and a 1984 Capri 2.8i. Very period body kit on there. Another RS200, second 1984 Group B rally car, rear engined. Looking down on a RS Cosworth, this was at the Alton Park Gold Cup several years ago now. Another XR3i Cabriolet, this time a blue example with a Mk1 Escort alongside. Another Cabriolet alongside that. Here we've got a Mk1 Escort, this is a twin cam Escort with a Lotus engine under the bonnet. This was at a local classic car show a few years back. Another late example of the Mk1 Fiesta, another Fiesta Super Sport. Rear three-quarter view of a bright orange RS2000 V registration, so that's what, 1979, quite a late Mk2. Close-up view of a BTCC spec Ford Sierra Cosworth. To Weston Park again, and a fantastic little RS1600. Very nice indeed, Mk1 RS1600 with a fantastic transit support vehicle with it for company. Back to Cholmondeley for the Pageant of Power. We've got a pretty wild looking Mk1 Capri RS here. If you can add any more background info on the cars featured here, please add it into the comments, that'd be very gratefully received. We've got a Mk1 XR2 here, slightly modified. This was in the auction area at the 2021 Alton Park Gold Cup. Very smart Mk1 Execo on huge mini-light wheels. Down to the NEC Classic Car Show. Got a 1982 Fiesta XR2 Mk1. Looking slightly less pristine is this Mk1 Capri. This is actually a 3-litre Capri registered back in October of 1970. So just about sneaks into this time period for this particular video. And followed by a pair of Sierra Cosworths. Both 3-door hatches. Alton Park, RS Capri here, going along at some speed. This was at Donington Park many years ago, an RS Cosworth. Still plenty of fast forwards to go. Here, Capri, and this is one of the laser editions, quite a late example, 413 TTU. This was registered in May of 87. This is a 2-litre laser. We've had the 1.6, now this is a 2-litre. That's followed by Mk2 Escort, 1973, modified for road rallying by the look of it. Back to Alton Park again and the 2021 Gold Cup, and this was parked up, B992 PAD. That was registered in February of 1985, it's a 2-litre car. Still a Capris, but a little older. It's a very wild looking broad speed prepared RS. A nice Mk1 Escort 2-door here on bubble arches and huge mini-light wheels. A rally prepared RS2000 here, PCA 42. Again, that was at the Weston Park Rally Festival. The Sierra Sapphire Cosworth 4x4 car. MFL 687P, that's a Mk2 Ford Escort Mexico 2-door car for sale, at least at the time. Down to Silverstone again, we've got a Texaco sponsored Sierra Cosworth, the Mk1 Lotus Cortina for company. Here's a pretty wild looking Capri. This is RPU 653M, an RS 3.1, registered in May of 1974. Slightly later Capri alongside it. Back to Alton Park, A very smart, rally-prepared Mk1 Escort, circa 1973. A lightly modified Mk1 Fiesta here. Like I say, this collection of photos is all about fast Fords, modified Fords and performance Fords. Continuing on the theme, we've got a Mk2 Escort rally car here, V-Reg, so 1979. To Alton Park in the Gold Cup several years ago now, we've got a Capri up in the air, obviously a bit of attention going on to its rear suspension, differential, etc. This year, at the auction at the Gold Cup, another Escort. This is a pale blue Mk1 Escort 1600. The RS 1600. Fantastic Capri Mk2 here, very period Hermitite livery, Gold Cup. DLD 953J, that's an Escort Mk1 1600 GT Mexico, immaculate example. With 3/4 view now, a Ford Sierra Cosworth. What was at Donington Park, I think. There's a front view of a very similar car, possibly the same one, I'm not quite sure, but another Sierra Cosworth giving demonstration rides. Back to Alton Park and a side view of a Jägermeister sponsored RS2000. With a Capri 2.8 here from 1985. If any of these particular cars is yours, please say hello in the comments and let us know a bit more about it, how it's going with the car. A subtly modified S registration Mk2 Escort 2-door here. RS200. This was Alton Park quite a few years ago now. The Ford Capri Mk1, the car you always promised yourself according to the advertising. This was registered in March of '74. It's a 1.6 litre car. Slightly later Capris in the background. Pale blue RS2000 is next, based on the Mk2 Escort of course. So there's a souped up Sierra Sapphire alongside it. Bit of rally action now with a 1972 Mk1 Escort Mexico. I think this might be a 1300 Sport. Our registration, so that would be 1976 to 77, thereabouts. The RS Capri, the Mk1 version. I'm guessing it's a 3.1, but if you know better, please let me know. The Labatt sponsored Sierra Cosworth touring car, ex-Tim Harvey. Still a few fast forwards to go. Got an XR4i Sierra here, KCX 56 up in the early 1980s. It's a Capri 2.8 alongside it. Smart 2-door Mk2 Escort Mexico next, 1.6 litre car, T-Reg from 1978-79. Your Nick Sunshine, got a D-Reg Capri 2.8i here, as used by the boys in blue. Mk1 Escort Mexico is next. First of two Ford Capri Mk2 3 litres that are going to feature together here, both maroon. This is an S-Reg car from 1977-78. And there's another one, very similar car indeed. Different wheels but otherwise identical to the previous one. This was at the Capesthorne Classic Car Show not that long ago. Back to Escort, we've got a Mk1 Escort here. It's an RS2000. Not sure what's going on with the wipers. Capri again, a Mk1 of 1972-ish. This is a 1.3 litre car. And a rear 3/4 view next of the Sierra XR4i, a registration, so about 1983. The Mk1 Escort Mexico, PAY 836M. Again at the Chumley Castle Classic Car Show. And a touring car version of the RS Cosworth 3-door. A much modified Capri here, ALN 909Y. A quick check of that shows it was registered in September of 82 and has a 5-litre engine hiding under that power bulge. A couple of Mk1 Escorts, an RS2000 and a Mexico alongside it. Front view now of the touring car prepared Mondeo. Continuing with these fast forwards, this is a 1970s favourite. This is the RS 3.1 of September 1974. This particular car was registered in. A gaggle of other Fords in the background. Mk1 Escort Mexico here. Really smart example. This used to turn up at many of the local shows. 1.6 litre example. Sierra Cosworth. What am I talking about? That's an Escort Cosworth, of course. .8i Capri. Another very smart RS2000, the V registration car, so 1979 to 1980 that particular series ran from. Cars of this era were registered from August of one year to July of the next. Over to Donington Park and the Historic Festival, we've got a race prepared Mk2 here. Sticking with rear views for a moment, we've got a Mk3 Capri. This is a 3-litre gear from about 1978. Like the nodding dog. And down to race retro again, another race prepared RS 3.1 Capri. Just a few more fast forwards to go. A rally prepared Mexico here, or an RS, foreign registration, taking part on one of the old historic rallies. Close up now of a 1.6 Mexico, Ford Escort Mk2 Mexico. RS200, another example of that Group B rally car. To round out this collection of fast Fords, we've got a gaggle of Ford Escorts, Mk1s and a Mk2 RS2000. And that is the final photo in this collection of photos featuring fast Fords, performance Fords and modified Fords, etc. I hope that was of interest. Please have a look at some of the other classic car videos that are also on this channel, and more videos along very, very soon. Thanks a lot, bye for now.